Hey YouTube, just out here in my workshop. Thought I'd do a quick little video on fasting. Um, I think it's a good idea if you can do that for a couple of days, or maybe even get yourself to the point where you can eat one meal a day. They say there's a lot of health benefits to it. I don't know. I'm not a scientist or a doctor, so um, yeah, take it for what it's worth. But it doesn't hurt you. And in a shit hits the fan scenario, maybe you're trying to conserve food, or maybe um, trying to cut back enough to where everybody can eat smaller meals. I think as Americans, we probably, especially me, and I know I packed on the weight, so it probably doesn't hurt to lose a little bit of that, a little COVID weight loss program going on here. But anyway, if you can trim back and maybe even eat 2 meals a day, or quit snacking or something like that, I'm sure it's good for you. Plus, like I said, it saves a lot of money. Um, just cooking at home probably is a whole lot more healthy for you than going to the burger joint, and eating all that oils and you know sugars and stuff that they put in everything. Uh, Eat whole foods, eat bacon and eggs, whatever. But anyway, it was kind of funny. I was sitting thinking about a friend of mine, and uh, he's got his dad lived off grid in a cabin, um, and his son goes up to see him one day, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, good to see you. It's been a while." And he's like, "Yeah." He says, "Come on in. Let's get some breakfast in you." And he cooked up some coffee and made his son some bacon and eggs, and they sat down to eat them. And the son looks down at his plate, and he's like, "What's on the plate, Dad?" He says, "That's bacon and eggs." And he's like, "No, this over here on the side." He goes, "Well, I don't know. It looks like spaghetti or something." He says, "Living off the grid." He says, "It's as clean as cold water will get them, those dishes." Son's like, "Oh, okay." So he kind of scrapes it off, and he goes on eating. And they went for a hike, and kind of went down by the river, and um, did a little fishing and stuff. And they came back with a couple of fish, and uh, they go to have some lunch, and Dad makes him up a sandwich and hands it to him on a plate. And son looks at that plate and like, "Dad, what is that on the plate?" He goes, "That's your sandwich. It's lunch." And he's like, "No, that's stuff on the side." And he says, you know, he says, "That's probably some meatloaf and mashed potatoes or something." He goes, "It's probably the cleanest cold water will get them." He's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that." So they're cooking up the fish for dinner. Um, Son's out there barbecuing fish, and he brings it in. Dad puts it on a plate, hands it to him, and there's some more shit on his plate. He's like, "Dad, what's up with all the stuff on the plate?" He goes, "I told you." He says, "It's probably as clean as cold water will get them." He goes, "Oh, that's gross, man." He's like, "I don't know." I haven't even seen him today. And he goes, "What do you mean?" The son says. He goes, "Cold water. I haven't seen him today. Come here, cold water. Where are you, boy?" Oh, anyway, I love that joke. um, anyway, made me smile. Made my day. Um, Maybe you should do some fasting so you're not scraping pieces off plates and eating it when you run out. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Beware your surroundings. Um, Remember where you came from. Remember how to get back there. Until next time, we'll see you.